Full stop. Before we continue on, this podcast is made for adults by adults and is strictly 18 plus. The following episode includes sexually explicit content that will be acted out in full, and you may not be ready to hear your favorite One Piece characters in such sticky situations, so I suggest you skip this one for now. Come back and hang with us when you grow up. And now, on to the show.
Hey there, Hancock hotties. You're tuned into the wildest podcast on the Grand Line. Time is slipping into the future, and Mihawk keeps slipping into Shanks. Let's see how this plays out. It is time for One Piece of Trash.
Bum, bum, bum.
Welcome to One Piece of Trash, the only podcast that gives you what you want, what you really, really want. I am joined in the studio by my lovely and talented friends. Say hey, guys.
Hey, guys.
Today, we are going to be continuing on with Chapter 5 of It's Complicated to Say the Least by Ghost Script. In our last chapter, we learned how Shanks met Ben Beckman, and Mihawk and Shanks cross swords in more ways than one. And speaking of dudes crossing swords, let's introduce the crew.
Hi, my name is Julian.
Hi. Do the prompt.
Oh, prompt go.
Cast, say your name, your pronouns, who you're playing, and say in what way you are a mutant.
Hi, my name is Jules, and my pronouns are he, him, and a mutant. Oh man, I'm a mutant because
Do you have any extra anythings?
I don't.
Count your nipples.
I think I have 2 nipples. I have 2 everything. You know, I don't know how I'm a mutant. I
You
don't
have
know.
nothing weird about you?
I don't think I have. I mean, I have a lot of weird stuff about me. I can. I don't even. There's too many. There's too many to list. I gotta hear. I gotta hear examples.
You don't have like a crooked toe?
No. I can like. I can have my pinky toe. It's like a little bit. It goes under my toe, my big
mutant,
toe.
mutant.
So I have like when I put my shoes on, it does this like tilt going underneath it. But it feels fine. But it feels fine to me. So it's probably bad.
All right. I am James. My pronouns are he, him. I am playing Ben, and I'm probably just
And Rockstar.
And Rockstar today. And I'm probably a mutant like everyone else here, which just means I'm neurodiverse.
Filthy mutant. Get him.
Mutant. Yeah.
I also forgot to say I'm playing Shanks and lime juice.
The ADHD.
Hi, I'm James Overstreet. My pronouns are whatever you got. I'm playing Mihawk, and my mutant ability would be acid wit.
That's good.
Acid wit? That's amazing. That's amazing.
Despite what you think, it deals psychic damage.
Filthy.
That's why you hired me.
Filthy mutant.
My name is Willow. I use they, them pronouns. I'll be playing Buggy and Bonk Punch. My mutant abilities. I can shake my eyes simulating REM sleep when I'm awake.
What?
Like the vibration thing? Ooh.
Yeah, the vibration
my
thing.
gosh. That's kind of weird.
It is.
Ooh.
It's the only thing that comes to mind.
And we're going to go ahead and pass the mic to our newest crew member. This will be the first and last time you are hearing our engineer, our studio executive.
My name is Dean. I'm going to be playing Hongo. I go by he, him. And something mutant about me is I do indeed.
You're blonde.
I'm blonde, and I have a third nipple.
All right.
Do you really?
I do actually.
Whoa.
Well, it's not a nipple. It's a mole.
But
It's a mole.
If it's
It's
on the
nipple
line,
shaped.
it's a nipple.
yeah.
It's
He takes some lipstick and rings the mole.
It
Red
only
is it?
counts
Oh,
if you
no.
saw a nipple.
Yeah, it's there. There's a third one.
Love that.
For you.
Love that for you. Yeah. The lovely, beautiful, and talented Quinn is not in studio today, so everybody in studio is going to be voicing all of the red-haired pirates. And for me, my name is Jazzy. My pronouns are blah, 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 blah. I am going to be your narrator. I am also voicing Uta today and Yasop. And I am a mutant. I learned this when I got braces. I have one extra saliva gland.
One? What side?
I don't know.
Just like, I don't know.
Do you have a preference?
I don't know. I
What is
figure
that?
there must be two, and then there's a third
there?
one.
I don't know. I learned when I got braces as a kid that I have extra saliva gland. I don't know if they said one or like how many extra, but I know I have more. And like apparently my dad also had the same thing. Like and also when they were dating, he'd always be like,
So wait, so you constantly have to go.
I mean, it's not.
Not constant.
There's a
but-
career in ASMR for you.
Oh
You know,
God!
Welcome to my
I
channel.
hear if you have a wet mouth that food tastes better.
Ooh, food do be good. I feel like I be tasting stuff people don't be tasting.
That's ding.
I mean, oh fuck the bells!
The bells, the bells,
The bells!
the bells,
But
the
The bells.
bells.
you learn so much when I didn't even know there was extra saliva glands.
Yeah.
I didn't think that would
You
be
thought
a
you just had one
possibility.
big one in
I
the
mean,
middle.
yeah, just one big one, that.
you.
Like that we all at the same time.
You
just
guys
ding
like
that.
that?
We all
we both
ding.
touched it at the same time and
You're ringing the bells
lock
for me?
eyes.
All right. Okay. Whew. Yeah, that's it. That is how I am a mutant. So, without further edging, I give you Chapter 5 of It's Complicated to Say the Least by Ghostscript. Chapter 5, March. Mihawk cared little for birthdays, but Perona always insisted he acknowledge it. She surprised him with a framed print of Fuseli's The Nightmare, along with the ultimatum that if he not go treat himself to dinner, that she would cook for him and sing the birthday song. The Baratier did sound nice. It had a decent wine list. On a whim, he extended the invitation to Shanks, since oddly enough, they shared a birthday.
I can't.
He replied bluntly. Mihawk buried his disappointment in a dry tone.
I should have assumed you'd be busy. You got a full day of nude sunbathing or arguing with children planned? A dolphin's wedding, perhaps?
Shanks's life is just side quests.
Just a bunch of side quests.
Arguing with children, dolphin wedding.
Using that acid wit.
Shanks laughed.
No, I can't because Zeph banned me for life. It's a long story, and it's mostly Yasup's fault, I swear.
Mihawk clicked his tongue. Click your tongue, Mihawk. Zeph was an acquaintance. He'd get the full story from him.
I'll get you unbanned, and I'll pick you up. My only request is that you bathe. With soap, and wear something without holes or stains.
April. By April, they'd been fucking regularly. Must have been a hell of a birthday. Mostly at Mihawk's. It was never a careful affair. It was books knocked off tables and cracks in the headboard. Someone hit that bell for me. That's what I'm talking about. And cracks in the headboard. Shanks was loud. Embarrassingly so. If it wasn't such a turn-on for Mihawk to know he was responsible. The Red Force crew had an unspoken acknowledgement to sleep in town. They were doing it
So
on
loud
the
you
ship.
can't. You're banned from the
They
ship.
were fucking on the ship.
Loud. I have to go to the city to get sleep.
Jeez. The Red Force crew had an unspoken acknowledgement to sleep in town or use some cotton in their ears and bunk in the lower decks if their captain had a guest. But it didn't stop them from teasing. Even stern-faced Ben chided.
Go easy on him, will you? Cap's no good to us if you break him in half.
You can break me in half. He's cracking this man like a glow stick. Besides avoiding the aforementioned peanut gallery, Mihawk had more of a need for creature comforts than Shanks, so the math added up better for his place. Red, he surmised, could just as easy sit in a pit of snakes and be fine, probably use one as a pillow. They weren't just fucking either. They went on dates, talked for hours, dueled. They'd always been great at talking well into the dawn, but it was wildly different from before. Just as exuberant and flirtatious, but Shanks wasn't slurring or repeating himself. He remembered things from previous conversations. He wasn't as touchy, allowing Mihawk to initiate their contact. He also noticed Red grow quiet, in moments, as if locked into his own head. Alcohol had apparently been the key that let everything spill out. He wanted to believe Shanks was content, that he'd adapted to their new approach and his continued attempt at behaving himself, but the doubt nagged at him, dull in the back of his mind. Even with the addition of pain play sessions, his self-harm hadn't stopped. Because it's not about you! Oh, this is so frustrating. I want to punch the paper. His self-harming isn't about you. It's not even about the pain. His self-harm hadn't stopped. Shanks, as everyone knew, was an expert at evasion, an expert on disarming smiles and changing the subject too enthusiastically to be stopped. He knew the man missed the parties and the reckless abandon. They discussed it one night watching the stars from the rooftop. Seemed silly to Mihawk, to long for nights you can't even remember. Admittedly, Mihawk was more of a homebody and would be perfectly happy reading a book while Shanks sprawled awkwardly on the floor, plotting courses on maps and waxing existentially about no one person ever being able to touch every grain of sand in the universe. I would never get high with Shanks. God, I bet he'd be so annoying. Shanks was also messy. Towels never made it into the hamper. When he cooked, he seemed to use every square inch of the kitchen. A trail of half-drank glasses of water and abandoned tasks like dashes on the map leading up to where he was found napping. The water, of course, was handed to him at the urgency of Mihawk, who knew he'd forget his own head if it wasn't screwed on. Shanks would take a gulp of it as if to say, "I'm obeying." And as soon as his back was turned, the glass was orphaned on a bookshelf. It was as infuriating as it was intoxicating, leaving him all mixed up all over again. Shanks was Shanks. He was a filthy, impulsive libertine. What is a libertine?
I
can't say I've ever heard that word before.
It's kind of an old word for, well, not really a slut, but it's someone who
sexually inhibited, sexually uninhibited,
someone who just looks for pleasures and does not, and completely disregards. Oh, okay. I was like, what's going on? Completely disregards social convention.
Got it.
Interesting. Okay.
I learned something today.
Yeah.
I like the vocabulary sections.
Today I learned
Libertine. What was the word?
libertine.
A libertine whore, I've heard it used.
Really? With whore?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Man,
Well,
that whore is very.
Yeah.
if you're gonna be a whore, be a
Yeah,
libertine
yeah,
one.
right?
Is that not just a hat on a hat?
Yeah, it is.
It drove him crazy in every sense. He felt on fire. He was more in love with him than ever. The fact that Red had cleaned up his act at all was an astounding testament to that love, right? Ooh. But he was losing control, letting him bend the rules. Any other man would have been skewered, or, more likely, the softness had been there all along, and Shanks was the only one who could pull it out into the open, exposing his vulnerability. Every time he laid down the law and demanded he comply, he worried Shanks would change his mind and leave. Statistically, every time it ended in Shanks face down, moaning into the mattress. Ring that bell for me. That's what
Damn.
Dean, give me the bell. If you're not going to be horny,
You're not gonna be horny. You got it.
pass it over here. He's like, no, I promise I'll be horny.
Stop fingering that thing like a nipple.
Like your third nipple.
Imagine it in your fourth nipple.
Damn. Inside of you, there are 4 nipples. They lay naked, legs over legs, sweaty and spent after the second round of vigorous lovemaking that left Shanks with a click in his jaw. Damn! That left Shanks with a click in his jaw and a blanket of glistening semen from his navel down to his thighs and pooled underneath him as it trickled from within. That's a lot of nut.
That is, yeah.
Mihawk, I mean, they said it was a couple of rounds.
Yeah, they did.
I guess they just didn't wipe in between.
Yeah. Too much. No, Shanks wiping down? No.
Nah, he likes it nasty. Mihawk rests his hand on the fading tan of his partner's peck. What?
Titty.
Oh!
Yeah, not pecker.
Oh, pectoral muscles.
Yeah, not pecker.
That is a misspelling. There we go. P-E-C, peck. On his partner's peck. That was
Either one would have
I was
worked.
like, hey, right? You know, either way. Potato.
Yeah.
Especially thumbing gently across it.
Yeah.
You know?
Thumbing gently across it as he savored every bump of life he could feel. How was he so much more anxious now? Despite having him safely in his grasp rather than drinking himself into a stupor in the middle of the Grand Line. Despite being the only one tasting him, his mix of salty sea air, sweat, and pilfered cigarettes and not stale rum. Shanks was uncharacteristically quiet post-coitus, or perhaps it was in character these days. He'd always had moods, but when Mihawk searched his face, he found him staring off into space, the knots of his brow in a pensive expression.
Red?
Hmm?
You seem lost in thought.
Can you go back? When you say red, can you just soften that up?
Sure. Red? You seem lost in thought.
Shanks couldn't tell him the truth without consequence. He was thinking about drinking. Not that he wanted to, exactly. How do you admit to someone that you miss the burn and the fuzz and the weight of your head as it falls to the ground, taking little bites of death as a sample? How do you explain craving, feeling nothing and everything at the same time? There was just a mood of contemplation that a good hard fuck always brought out of him, when he was lucid anyway. Once again, this is a testament to how well this writer knows addiction. Like, I've read other books surrounding addiction as a central plot, and like they don't describe this type of thing. It's really
little bits of death.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
Nothing, babe.
Mihawk scruffed the back of his neck like he did Elvira, who is his cat, by the way, so their eyes could meet.
I'm so used to smiling when you lie that this serious face is unsettling.
Shanks stuck out his tongue.
That's better. Go get in the shower.
The redhead nodded, sluggishly pushing himself off the bed and nearly tumbling. His legs wobbled like a newborn giraffe because he got fucking busted wide open and broke in half.
Yeah, twice.
Shanks was set to head back to his ship that evening and would be gone for 2 weeks. Mihawk was looking forward to getting some things done around the house, like setting up his new targets for the training ground and soundproofing his bedroom walls before Perona got back from vacation. It's a castle. Do it in the fucking dungeon. Don't they have a sex dungeon? Mihawk lives in a fucking castle.
I feel like Shanks would like that. He's like, ooh, it's dirty down here.
Why? Like, there's no way for your daughter to be hearing you fuck.
Can you build a basement dungeon on a coastal island castle?
Sure.
I feel like there's waterline problems with that.
No, come on. He's got to have.
There's a way.
He's got to have some kind of room, some kind of torture chamber or some shit that they can fuck in. The fuck chamber. F in the chat for fuck chamber. But he also knew he'd miss the noise and the mess and the sunshine of Shanks more than his ego would admit out loud. The sound of water from the master bathroom beckoned. Mihawk hungrily stepped into the steam to join his partner. He needed to make sure Red still felt him while they were apart. May. Just before May, the Cross Guild had all but dissipated. Crocodile got caught embezzling marine funds and had to lay low on an island with no extradition. With his equally corrupt business partner, Doflamingo. They're fucking. They're fucking and doing blow. That's where the money went. He hadn't heard from Buggy in a while. The last time they met for a drink, Buggy was venting about how loud Alvida's snoring is, and Mihawk laughed a little too hard. Buggy was much more observant than people gave him credit for.
Aw, Hockey, you are getting laid. I knew it. Your toot has been so much less...
He waved his severed hand where Mihawk's aura would be.
Cunty.
Cunty in the derogatory sense. The way we used to use it. Mihawk rolled his eyes.
If you must know, I am.
Ooh.
Not only does he snore like a train, somehow he manages to steal all the blankets and still not use them, bunching them up around his head. Looks like a human cotton candy.
That is adorable. Buggy narrowed his gaze, studying Mihawk's face an uncomfortably long amount, mimicking an old-time TV detective. They have TV! they have fucking TV! Suddenly, he gasped, startling him enough to spill his wine.
You're still fucking red?
Buggy was doing a piss-poor job at hiding his jealousy. Mihawk tread lightly. He took a sip of his wine, cleaning up the spill with a cocktail napkin.
Yes.
Buggy shook his head.
He got you too. Fuck boy of the grand line. The only thing that twink truly loves is picking himself from the inside out and running it directly into danger.
Go back. That line is pickling himself. Inside out.
Oh. The only thing that twink truly loves is pickling himself from the inside out and running directly into danger.
Mihawk didn't appreciate his tone, but understood the venom.
Buggy, I'm careful. I've known Shanks since he was a 19-year-old whelp climbing in and out of windows.
Buggy knew him since they were 6. What the fuck is he talking about? Like, that's crazy actually to say. They're the same age. No, Buggy's older, I think. Buggy relented, dropping his shoulders and ordering another round.
Yeah, I guess I always forget about your pervy little duels. How old were you then?
He ignored the jab. Ooh.
He cares about a lot of things. Cares so much it destroys him. Deep down you know that. He loves you, for instance. He loves that little moron Luffy, Beckman and the rest of his crew, whose names I cannot be bothered to learn. He loves the sea, his daughter, terrible jokes, stretching in, out, shit. Sorry, it was going well. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I'm going to have you go back, and when you talk about the things, after he says he loves you, I want you to soften up, just
Okay.
thinking about Shanks. I want to be able to hear the comfort that thinking about Shanks brings Mihawk.
Okay. Just want that full line from the top?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. He cares about a lot of things. Cares so much it destroys him. Deep down, you know that. He loves you, for instance. He loves that little moron Luffy, Beckman, and the rest of his crew, whose names I cannot be bothered to learn. He loves the sea, his daughter, terrible jokes, stretching out in the sun like a cat.
Mihawk stopped himself. His reputation as a cold-hearted steel trap was on the line. I do this too. Sometimes I cry and I'd be like, wait, I'm a thug.
Wait a minute. I'm a bad bitch. I can't
Hold
do this
on.
right
No,
now.
bad
Hold
bitches
on.
can't cry. His reputation as a cold-hearted steel trap was on the line. Gushing about his lover was surefire social suicide.
Anyway, since he's gotten sober, his spark is back. Shanks is unbelievably witty, one of the few people that can make me laugh. So sharp for a man I'm not convinced can actually read.
Do you like him or not?
Illiterate hole.
He's
Illiterate
a
hole.
literate
Yeah, he's just an
hole.
illiterate hole.
He's a libertine literate.
Libertine illiterate.
Buggy comically spat out his drink, droplets of tequila sunrise like an arterial spray to the floor.
Shanks is sober?
Yes, for a few months now.
He he swiveled in his bar stool.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
That was a good take, but I want you to try it.
Up or down?
Take it down, and with a bit of an eye roll, but I want to hear the tinge of sadness.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
Yeah. It was meant to be pointed, but Mihawk had been repeating the words in his head ever since as a calming mantra. Enjoy it while it lasts is exactly what he was trying to do. May, Red Force. The afternoon had calmed a little from the blistering heat of the morning, and the waves were calm. Sorry, donut. They'd sailed near a tropical reef and were letting the current guide them along, not in any hurry to get back to civilization. Most of the red-haired pirates were sweating off the direct sun. Most of the red-haired pirates were sweating off the direct sun and or their hangovers, clad in deep-cut tank tops, if any shirt at all, and shorts, bright and garishly patterned. Hongo's voice rang out over the Red Force's intercom.
Anyone else who caught the clap from the last town needs to come and see me immediately to get treated. Yasop, I'm looking at you, you big fucking baby. It's just a shot. Wait, am I saying that right?
Do you need to talk into the mic? You can't turn around to
No, that was all in the... It's all good.
No, but even the commentary.
Oh, shit. Oh, my bad. Did I say that right?
You did great.
All
I
right.
want you to go back. When you say Yasop, I'm looking at you. Can you be more pointed? Oh, also, actually do the whole line again. This whole thing is an announcement over an intercom.
All right.
So if that changes anything.
Anyone else who caught the clap from the last town needs to come and see me immediately to get treated. Yasop, I'm looking at you, you big fucking baby. It's just a shot.
Can you say, it's just a shot?
It's just a shot.
Thank you. Lime Juice, Rockstar. Everyone give a hand to our engineer, Dean.
Yay!
He's an actor. He's an actor today. Lime Juice, Rockstar, and Yasop looked nervously from their game of dice. Shanks laughed, perking up from his hammock that was tied up on the deck between the mast and rigging.
I did try to warn you. That's the same brothel from last time.
Yasop sneered. Easy for you. I was so horny, I would have fucked a fish at that point.
Same.
Shut the fuck up. Rockstar agreed. Lime Juice rolled the dice in his hand onto the top of the barrel.
Oh, sup, buddy? Remember that time you fucked a jellyfish?
His face contorted as he stifled his laughter to continue the story.
Remember, we bet you 50 berry, and then you actually did it. And you got that rash on your wang, and Hongo told Bonk that was the only cure, and Hongo told Bonk that the only cure was to piss on you as a joke.
It's not a joke, that's a crime. Rockstar chuckled as he tallied the points on a small notepad.
Yeah, and Bonk was so drunk and
Higher in pitch.
yeah, and Bonk was so drunk and kept. Damn it! I don't know why I can't read this. Hang on, I'm gonna do it again.
That was good though.
Yeah, and Bonk was so drunk and kept chasing you up and down the beach, yelling, "Let me save you! Let me save you!"
Yasop abruptly stood up, annoyed. That never happened. Unless you actually want to give me that 50 berry you still owe me, I shut your fucking trap. Then, Bonk Punch. Bonk Punch emerged from below deck.
What are you guys talking about?
Not Uncle Fester. I love him. Nuttin'. Yasop spat, heading down the stairs towards the infirmary. Bonk rubbed at the sore spot in his arm, a small kitty cat bandage covering his antibiotic injection.
Captain, Hongo wants to see you too.
Shanks groaned.
Why? I didn't fuck anyone.
Bonk sat down next to Rockstar.
Fucked if I know.
I love him. Lime Juice scratched his bare knee.
Is it weird for you not, hitting the town with us?
Shanks flopped his stub over his eyes to block the light.
Of course it is. But I'm happy my balls aren't itching. I don't envy you for that.
Chat like this if you're happy your balls aren't itching.
If your balls aren't itching, clap your hands.
I mean, my balls never itch.
Be concerned if they did.
Beckman was next to appear, monster on his shoulder, eating a piece of banana.
Shanks, Hongo wants you.
I'm asleep.
Monster climbed down onto the barrel, knocking some of the dice to the floor, causing Rockstar to hiss. Everybody listening, for those of you who don't know, Monster is their pet monkey.
Oh, it's not the Muppet.
No.
It's animal.
Pirate.
That's
No, that's what
That's animal. Monster's his cousin.
Damn. I'd watch that.
I
That'd be
would
cool.
watch Animal Cousin.
Yeah,
Animal
Monster. Monster climbed down onto the barrel, knocking some of the dice to the floor, causing Rockstar to hiss.
I wasn't done counting.
The monkey made a mocking face before settling on Bonk's lap, as Bonk pat his head. Rockstar excused himself, muttering that it didn't matter anyway since Lime Juice was cheating. He also needed to get his shot from the doctor. Ben lit a cigarette. Shanks hadn't made any attempt to move.
Akagami.
5 more minutes.
Ben silently stepped over to the rope. Holding the tail end of the hammock, using the knife from his boot to sever its hold, the red head tumbling to the wooden boards, a sack of limbs swaddled in hemp.
Ah, you dick.
Ben simply nodded, holding out his hand to help his captain to his feet. Shanks was wearing the shortest shorts he'd ever seen on a grown man. Period. And the same Parties Bar t-shirt he'd had since he first staggered out of there. The fibers holding on with a hope and a prayer. He'd cut it into a crop top years ago, too, as he claimed, let his belly button breathe.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's hot, man. It's
Yeah.
hot on
Hongo shut the door behind them, instructing Shanks to take a seat.
How are you feeling?
Shanks felt like he was in trouble, but couldn't remember doing anything wrong.
Fine.
How are the tremors? You still getting them in your hand?
Haven't noticed.
He lied. He still had them, usually in the morning. Hongo shone a light in his eyes, watching the movement.
Doc, what's this about?
Be honest with me, Cap. Are you using again?
Dean, I want you to try this again. Before you say be honest with me, I want you to take a big sigh. Just, and on the exhale of the breath, at the tail end, start the line. Be honest with me.
Be honest with me, Cap. Are you using again?
Shanks jolted up, incredulous.
What the fuck, man? Why are you asking me that? I'm practically a nun at this point.
Hongo sighed, pulling something from a drawer and holding it up. The syringe from his room. He'd forgotten all about it. The air felt thin.
That's not mine.
Don't. I know it's yours.
Yeah, well, I don't remember giving you permission to snoop around my fucking room.
It was an accident. Monster stole my stethoscope and I chased him in here. You left your room unlocked.
Well, whatever. I didn't use it.
No.
Hongo put the damning evidence back into the drawer, locking it.
That's the only reason I didn't tell Bex. But come on, man. Were you going to?
No.
Another lie. Funny thing about relapses is they don't need a monumental life event to be triggered. Had it still been on his floor like a regular-ass Tuesday, and the mood struck him, he would have. Such is life.
Your vitals are so much better than before. You look better. Don't you feel better? I mean, aside from the love bites and this bruising pattern on your throat in the shape of Golden Eye's freakishly large hand. Yeesh.
We have to say that last line.
No.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeesh.
I feel like... Does anybody else feel like Shanks is like the only gay person on the Red Force, and they're all just like, whatever, man. Cap likes dick. It's not our thing.
That's just what he does.
This is what he's into.
That's what he's into.
Because Hongo definitely...
Just don't do the drugs. That's the only thing, you know?
Hongo definitely gives hetero to me. But I feel like so does also like Yasop and Bonk.
Yeah, I was gonna say I haven't really gotten any other vibes of
No.
like they're all fucking each other. Like no, it's like they're all like no, that's just Captain.
No, like with some of these pirate crews, like oh they're fucking, but
Yeah.
these guys, no, they're just hippies.
They're just hanging out.
They're just chilling.
Just
Like they don't
chilling
even
and
want to
hanging
be
out.
strong fucking pirates. Hongo's face soured in jest.
You don't have to worry. I stole that morphine so long ago and I didn't use it. That should be proof enough that I'm fine. I'm totally forgotten about it. I swear.
All right. But dude, please, if you get tempted, talk to me. I like having you around. We all do. Especially because it means Beckman is less likely to have a heart attack.
Poor Beckman. June. Shanks suffered from time blindness, and if you pressed him about it, he'd say he didn't believe in time anyway. What was supposed to be 2 weeks stretched into 3 because he'd forgotten the days, and they'd caught a storm heading back later than they'd planned, forcing a reroute. Mihawk said he understood, saying,
I love you, but shoot, I'm sorry. I love you, but expect a prompt and punish. Oh, fuck, I did it again. One more time.
Fuck.
So sorry, everybody. One more time.
You're good.
I love you, but expect a prompt punishment on your return.
Oh, he's going to get a firm spanking. S in the chat for spanking.
Strongly worded memo.
And he's going to spank him with it.
Not corporate BDSM.
Ooh, corporate BDSM. I could be into that. Ooh, HR. As in,
We're putting you on a performance improvement plan.
no, please, Daddy, don't help me improve my productivity. You like that? Yeah, all
Yeah,
right.
I like that.
Corporate Findom.
Corporate Findom, let's do it. He thought his day couldn't get worse, but the universe quickly set him straight, interrupting his Kenpo practice with a frantic knock on the door. Buggy. His hair was piled in a messy bun onto his head, makeup smeared from the day before. He had with him a small suitcase. Oh no. Mihawk immediately regretted opening the door.
Absolutely not. Take your circus somewhere else.
Please, Hawk! It's just till Alvita calms down!
Less. Same vibe, but less.
Please, Hawk! It's just till Alvita calms down!
Can you throw away that last bit? It's just till Alvito comes down.
Please, Hawk! It's just till Alvita calms down!
Good. Mihawk tensed his grip on the door.
Isn't there anywhere else you can go? A hotel?
I'm cash poor, and also credit poor. It was between you and Kabaji's grandma's place, and while she does make a mean meatloaf, it smells like mothballs and muscle rub, and I'd rather go back to Crimson Hell.
Buggy separated himself to squeeze through the crack of the door. Mihawk shut the door behind him, reluctantly in tow.
I don't understand why Alvida isn't the one seeking refuge. It's your ship.
Yes,
Buggy puffed his cheeks.
but it was my fuck up.
Mihawk furrowed his brow. He wasn't sure he wanted to know what transpired, and therefore didn't ask. Instead, he led them into the kitchen where his half-drank pot of coffee still sat warm from breakfast. He dutifully poured them both a mug. Buggy took a sip, pausing to make direct eye contact with Mihawk.
I called a Shanks in bed.
The slug of coffee Mihawk had just gulped caught in his throat, his hands covering a sputtering cough. Buggy slapped him on the back.
Relax, Dracul. I'm kidding.
Mihawk fought for composure, wiping spittle from his lips with a nearby tea towel. Buggy slouched against the counter.
Wow, you must be really serious with a reaction like that.
Mihawk scowled.
You must really want meatloaf.
Touché.
Buggy was not entirely kidding. While he and Alvida had an open relationship, one of Alvida's caveats was that she still be the main attraction. It was a little tiring, and his thoughts drifted through extracurricular stimulus during what was supposed to be her grand finale. He'd looked away to see anything other than her scrunched up face in the midst of orgasm. Buggy, do you like women? You don't want to see your girlfriend's face during orgasm?
Hey, yeah.
You're looking at and you find it tiring to, okay. His eyes actually zeroed in on a news coup that had been left on top of a chest of drawers. An article about Smoker, of all people. It did the opposite of arouse, and he felt himself going limp and hoped his partner would wrap it up. But Alvida noticed his distraction, indignantly pushing him off with such force that he smacked his head on a wooden footlocker and had to get stitches. When Alvida retraced his steps, she missed the paper entirely, because next to it happened to be a framed photo of the Red Menace. The photo wasn't lewd. It was Shanks passed out drunk on the floor at parties. And you framed it, and you framed that, but you don't want to watch your girlfriend come.
It's probably the only good picture Shanks has. He doesn't post for pictures. That's why it's passed out, click. That's as good as we're going to get.
The people who take the bounty photos take just fine pictures
I
of
thought
Shanks.
the bounty photos were hand-drawn.
No, they take the photos. They take, there's some guy who takes those pictures. The only one that was drawn on was Sanji, and they did a shit job of it. But we'll talk about Duval at a later date. The photo wasn't lewd. It was Shanks passed out drunk on the floor at parties. Yasop had taken it to tease his captain and add it to their collection. Their communal room's wall was littered with photos and posters and snippets of shenanigans. And Buggy had stolen it from the Red Force as a keepsake. There was no point in arguing, at least not while Alvida was steaming from the ears.
Probably just a few days that you'll be graced with my pizzazz and mesmerizing good looks.
Mihawk opened his mouth to offer to cover the costs of a hotel, but the words that came out were,
Fine. I'll set up the guest room.
You can't say no to Buggy. Buggy clapped his hands.
Yay! Sleepover!
Can you be more like, yes? Like,
Gayer?
yeah! Keep it light, keep it bright, keep it gay.
Yay! Sleepover!
Yes!
Yes.
He blamed it on the lingering Shanks-shaped void. He'd expected noise and dirt and banter. The clown was hardly a substitute, but it was occupying. And now we're at June. June. Red Force. Hongo set the clipboard he'd been holding down in the infirmary gurney.
I said the odds weren't great. Not that they were... Fuck. Wait, hang on. I said the odds weren't great. Not that they were impossible. Better if you stopped smoking like a chimney.
Ben waved his friend away.
We all gotta go someday. I'm not denying myself a quality of life just to stretch out a year.
Are you going to tell the captain?
Are you kidding? Of course not. I tell Shanks I got cancer, I may as well put a needle in the arm.
Ooh, that's a bombshell.
Are you kidding? Of course not. I tell Shanks I got cancer, I may as well put a needle in his arm myself. This shit stays between me and you. Hongo/patient confidentiality.
Fair. He's not great at grieving. But like I said, there are treatments. We caught it early enough to try at least.
I'll take whatever you're offering, Doc. But as soon as I start to feel less than myself, I'm done. I want to keep my dignity.
What a bombshell. Throwing in that Ben Beckman has cancer.
Shanks is not going to do well with that.
Nope.
No.
What I kind of disagree with the decision not to tell him because at the end of the day, that's your captain.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
may be a fucking dirty
Yeah, kinda,
slut,
Yeah.
but that's still your captain. We're a crew. Ben's the first mate, so he has authority, but
And
I don't
also,
know.
And also is acting as the father figure. So
Right.
In constant loco parentis.
I kind of disagree with the choice to not tell Shanks. Yeah.
Shanks is doing so well though. That's why he will slip.
You think that would cause?
I
you think that would
it
really
would
cause
cause him to slip a little.
I think it might cause him to straighten out a little more.
I don't know. He's looking. I think he's looking for an excuse.
Both are
I think
equally
Shanks
possible.
did you not hear? He's constantly thinking about drinking and stuff.
Both are
Yes.
equally possible, yeah. Hongo didn't have to say anything to know their pact was set. He handed Beckman his jacket and walked him out to the common room. Building Snake was ready to give... Fuck, I forgot about Building Snake. Building Snake... Who are these people? Building Snake was waiting to give an update on the course. They would end up getting to Karaigana a few days earlier than they thought.
I know we ain't spry little hellions anymore, Beckman, but I sure as shit miss just setting out in the open blue and seeing what happens. The back and forth between our territories and Shanks's goth daddy makes me feel like I'm stuck in a goddamn fishbowl. You feel me?
I like him. We're going to work on that. Ben nodded, offering him a cigarette from his pack. Stop smoking, Ben!
Yeah, Snake, I feel you. You want a bigger tank? Because it's all a fishbowl, my friend. The difference is perception.
Snake huffed, grasping for the smoke.
Shove it up your crab hole, Beckman.
Ben's stomach growled at the smell of French onion soup waiting out from the kitchen, where Lucky Roo was standing over a large metal pot, dumping in spices and taste testing with wooden spoon. I'm going to be Lucky Roo. Just about ready. I got bread bowls. They reminded me of Uta. Ben smiled, sitting down at the table. I've never seen a child so mind blown by the concept of an edible bowl. I can't wait to show this to him. Lucky chuckled. Not just her either. Bonk Punch looked absolutely bamboozled. Thought it was witchcraft.
Punk would fight his reflection if it looked at him funny. Monsters the brains.
They both erupted in laughter until a heavy-handed dash of pepper turned into sneezes. Lucky served a heaping portion to Ben, with a pat of cold butter on the side and a mug of ale. They're eating like it's the medieval times. I miss our little girl, but I don't miss her finicky eating. God, I hate it.
Takes after her dad.
Ben ripped a small piece of bread free to nibble on while the soup cooled. Lucky's laugh was deep and warm and always lingered. He served himself next, sitting down next to Ben. There was no particular etiquette to meals aboard the Red Force. There were times when Rue cooked that were generally around the same time each day. And if he wanted to show up, you could. Some days he wouldn't cook at all. The pantry was unlocked, and up until recently, so was the bar, so the pirates could graze as they pleased. Sometimes they would have a family meal, where everyone was expected to sit down together. Shanks thought it was good for morale, but they were sporadic flights of fancy and not any sort of routine. Out of the whole crew, Ben found Rue's company to be the most calming. They had similar dispositions, just opposite ends of responsibility. Rue launched into a story about his father's take on French onion soup actually originating from a gravestone where there was a recipe instead of a eulogy chiseled into the stone. That's so interesting. I'd also
It's
use that
pretty
recipe.
common.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
What recipe would you put on your gravestone?
Oh, what recipe would I put on my gravestone? I don't know. Wild mushroom risotto?
Ooh, that's a good one. My gumbo for me, maybe.
Shanks would have hot dogs.
Oh my god.
Boil the water.
One part hot, one part dog.
Put 'em together.
Chat, let us know what recipe you want on your gravestone. We're going to make that a poll, too. Ben wondered what he would have inscribed on his gravestone, then shook away the thought. He would be buried at sea like any self-respecting pirate. He'd finished the ale and most of the soup, aside for some chunks of soggy bread, and by the time Yassop, Lime Juice, Gab... Who the fuck is Gab? By the time Yassop, Lime Juice, Gab, Hongo, and Bonk joined them from lunch, trickling in that order. Rockstar was too hungover to leave the bunks. Monster was asleep in the sunlit sill of a window. Yassop chewed at the crusty mouthful of sourdough. Shanks not eating again?
I'll take him a bowl. You know he forgets when he's busy.
Ben filled the bowl only halfway to make it easier to carry without spilling. The wooden steps of the ship were warped with age and not to be trusted. He had expected to find Shanks in his cabin, but to his dismay, he was crawling on his hands and knees across the deck near the center pole.
Should I ask?
Shanks looked up, a crooked smile plastered.
We have a stowaway.
He pointed towards a tiny black beetle inching along the wood. There was no way in hell Ben's knees were going to let him kneel down for a closer look. He set the soup down on top of a nearby barrel.
Does this mean you got distracted and didn't finish those inventory allocation sheets?
Ooh, not the paperwork. The redhead ignored him, moving closer to the beetle to give it a crumb of bread from his meal.
Do you think it misses its family?
No.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be weird, right? One day you're just out for groceries, and the next you're in the middle of the grand line without any hope of returning to your old life.
Maybe the bug knew what he was doing. Maybe he craved freedom and adventure.
In inventory allocation sheets.
Ben scoffed.
Eat your food.
Ben settled himself in his quarters. He thought he should want to cry, what with the confirmation of death, but he really wasn't that much of a stranger to the notion. He'd seen enough death. He'd never felt surprised by it. He might be in shock, or he might just be an aging man who'd had a good life. Hongo hadn't said it would be soon. 5 years, maybe. A black spot on his lung the size of a berry. 5 years was plenty of time to get his affairs in order. His wife wasn't gifted the same luxury. He decided to call Uta. She sounded frazzled, but picked up after the first ring. Hey, Uncle Ben. Is Dad with you?
No, sweetheart, just me. I just wanted to check in.
Oh, I'm okay. Just behind in school and my sleep schedule's really off. Her voice trailed off. Don't be dramatic, but I had another episode. Ben took a deep breath.
It's okay. It's okay. Is the medication not working, or?
It's just the stress. The doctor upped my dosage.
No, tell him to call me. They can't do that. You don't need that. You need a break. Whoever thought a music school would be so intense? You should all be just laying in a field getting inspiration from the clouds or whatever. You haven't had an episode in a while. It's just stress. Like you said, you'll be okay.
The thing he said about everyone laying in a field getting inspiration from clouds is something that I feel like Shanks would say, which I think is funny because, like, in this moment, you can see that they do sometimes think alike about, like, the kind of freedom.
Can I do that, Leanne?
Yeah.
No. Tell them to call me. They can't do that. You don't need that. You just need a break. Whoever thought a music school would be so intense? You should all be just laying in a field getting inspiration from the clouds or whatever. You haven't had an episode in a while. It's just stress. Like you said, you'll be okay.
Wow, he went into dad mode pretty quick, huh?
I've practiced.
Yeah. Ucha's voice wavered in her attempt to reassure Ben. At least I didn't hurt anyone this time.
Uta, that wasn't your fault.
So, how's my dad? Still not drinking?
Yeah, he's doing good. You were always more of a grown-up than he was, which I know wasn't fair, but I think he's going to figure it out this time.
I won't hold my breath.
Uta.
Well, he won't even call me.
I think he's afraid of letting you down again.
Uta was mad. There was no sidestepping it. He regretted letting the conversation veer to Shanks, as it always did. He just wanted to hear about her music and her friends and hope for a second that she meant it when she said she was okay. Ben, all he's done is let me down. All I'm asking for is a shred of attention. Build something above ground. Make me want to forgive him. Do you remember the time he left me at Party's bar for 2 days because he went on a bender and got lost in the woods?
Uta, that's not fair. You don't know the whole story. And I would have told you if I'd known you'd even remember any of it.
I remember being abandoned.
That's not what happened. You were sick. You picked up some weird fever and we couldn't bring it down. We stopped at Fuchsia because it was safe to anchor.
And then Dad got shit-faced.
Let me finish.
Sorry.
You were too fussy to sleep and you wouldn't stop crying, so we took you for a walk to give the rest of us a break.
And wound up at the bar, she interjected.
Yes, he took you to see Makino to get some advice because she was one of the only parents he knew. I mean, aside from Yasop. You think Yasop ever sat through one of Usopp's illnesses, you'd be sorely mistaken.
Ben leaned back in his chair to get more comfortable. He could hear Ucha's face close to the speaker, as if she was curled up in a blanket in bed, and they were almost back on the Red Force together, sharing hot cider during a rain.
So your dad goes to parties. He tucked you in his favorite booth in the back with a blanket they kept on the kegs, and you'd somehow fallen asleep, miracle of miracles. And yes, Shank started to drink. He didn't want to move you for fear you'd wake up and start hollering again, and maybe Makino would show up. He had only meant to have a few to pass the time. He started chattering with some local guy, a cobbler or hat maker or some shit, who told him his kid had the same fever, and there was this weed in the forest that would cure it right up. You know Shanks. He isn't exactly the patient type. He said he wrote a note and went to find the weed. Problem was, he took the bottle of rum with him for warmth and was too drunk to remember what the weed looked like and went on to pick every weed in the woods until eventually he blacked out. He had them all in a bindle made from his t-shirt when we found him.
Her voice came through softly. He really did that?
Yes. And it wasn't 2 days exactly. We went to find you after about 4 hours had passed. Parties was the first place we looked. Makino had already taken you upstairs and gotten you settled. You were out like a rock. You needed rest, so we left you there while we looked for Shanks, and it took us a day and a half to find that idiot, who did, in fact, have some of the correct plant for the medicine.
I didn't know. I just remember waking up in the booth alone, and Makino kept asking where my dad was, and I didn't know.
The note probably fell on the floor, if there was one. That part might have just been him thinking he should have written one and failing to execute. Anyway, now you know.
Ucha sighed. The explanation hadn't removed the sting entirely.
Your dad isn't a bad guy. He's just a guy that means well and doesn't know how to be anything other than a pirate. I know you are thinking that if he wanted to know how to be a dad too, he'd learn, but his dad was also a pirate. In his own dumbass way, he thinks being a good dad to you means keeping you safe from harm, and that harm includes himself. I know that he loves you. When you were a baby, he'd carry you around on his back like a monkey, swaddled in cloth, tied around his chest so he could feel your heartbeat.
Do you think if he had been sober when he saved Luffy, he wouldn't have lost his arm? Ben sighed. They'd been over this a dozen times.
Pointless to think about it, love. He wasn't, and he lost his arm. But Luffy's alive out
Luffy.
there. That's right. But Luffy is alive out there, hell-bent on being king of the pirates because of it. Have you spoken to him at all?
No.
Maybe you should. Invite him to one of those concerts your school holds. Be nice if you two caught up.
Maybe. Hey, I gotta go. I need to get some sleep. Will you tell Lucky to send me some cookies? My stash is out. He'll know which ones. And say hi to the rest of the guys for me. Except Yasop. Tell him to suck eggs. Ben laughed.
Of course. Oh, Makino sends her love too.
Are her and Dad still, Ben pinched the bridge of his nose.
Not that I know of. Her and her husband just had a new baby, and there wasn't a red hair in sight.
Uta giggled ever so lightly. Okay, I'm gonna hang up. I love you, Uncle Ben. Please tell my dad to call. I just want to hear him clear-headed. I want a new memory to hold on to.
I will. I love you, little one.
He could have taken the snail to Shanks, but it would have been rushed and false and an excuse for him to not call properly. It was better just to add it to the next morning's agenda. He would trap him as soon as he woke, maybe using a hot cup of coffee hostage for leverage. June. And now we're in the next month. June. Buggy had been occupying Mihawk's guest room for 2 days and counting. Occupying his guest room, wearing his robe and slippers, eating cheese crackers straight out the box, crumbs littering his couch. Elvira didn't seem to mind him. She thought his nose was a toy and made a game to swat at it whenever at arm's length. Do it, honk! Buggy's nose.
I don't think it honk.
Here's
the
Do
question.
it honk.
Is it a plastic clown nose or is it a flesh
No,
protuberance?
oh no, it is his real nose.
But that
So,
honk.
Unless his real nose has some kind of gas chamber inside of it.
His nose is so unique. It might. It just might.
Luffy can stretch to all hell.
That's what I'm saying,
So
yeah, like, what's wrong with?
I'm gonna say it honk.
Yeah.
Chat, let us know if you think it honk. Do
Okay.
it. Do it honk. And if his nose honk, does his prostate honk as well?
everyone's
now that you say it,
prostate.
so
Every-
yes.
He's got a real honker.
You might have to take pills for that.
Can he catch his prostate and huck it around?
See, now we're getting into the real questions because the chop chop fruit allows him to sever his body parts. All fine, no question. But can he take his liver out, wring the liquor out of it, and put it back in? Because Law could with his powers. But could Buggy see questions not need answers?
Okay.
Chat, let us know what you think. How far does Buggy's powers go? And do we need him to awaken his devil fruit in order for that to be a thing? Let us know in the chat. But anyway, there was no sign of resolution on the horizon. So Mihawk attempted to make hotel arrangements, but the only hotel in town was booked until the end of the month because of a morticians convention held on the island every year. Love that lore.
It'll just be a couple days.
Can you say that with a mouthful of food?
It'll just be a couple days.
Buggy said, mouthful of crackers. Mihawk grumbled, pouring a glass of wine. Shanks would be there in 3. He would get the clown out before then, come hell or high water. And that is the end of chapter 5. That is also the end of us recording this particular fic in this way. We are going to move to an audiobook model. Everyone, we are going to finish this, but we will not all be together in the same room making commentary. We're going to do this straight through. We're just not able to meet in this capacity anymore. You can look forward to this type of model going forward to other fics in the future. But for this particular one, this is going to be the last time that we are going to be all together like this.
Aww.
So I want to thank everybody for showing up early in the morning to come and record.
Yeah.
I want to thank our engineer Dean who played
Yay,
Hongo
Dean.
today for always like peeking in the room like, do you guys need anything? Some snacks, a condom? Let me know. Anybody have thoughts on this chapter? A lot happened.
Yeah,
We
a
got
lot
to hear from Uta for the first time. Ben has cancer, like the big one.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
the big one. It's
The
gonna
big C.
it's gonna be harder for Shanks as it just keeps going. That's like,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, it's because you keep saying like it's gonna get bad. I'm like, okay, it's not too bad. I'm like, ooh, every day it is just like a little more like building and building.
We got to
and
build you
building.
up high
Gotta
and drop
build
you,
into the-
baby. A
yeah.
little foreshadowing
Poor
on
guy.
that.
Poor guy.
Thoughts on this chapter, Willow?
The timeline confuses me because it sounds like it says Buggy was there for 2 days,
But it's been a
but
month.
the timeline says it's been like a month or two.
No.
Timey-wimey. It's all timey-wimey.
Oh my gosh, the Doctor Who fans do listen to this show. They're
Ugh.
gonna like that one.
That's
All
what we
right.
should do. Some David Tennant stuff.
You know what?
David Tennant.
If anybody knows of a Doctor Who AU for One Piece fan fiction, let
Maybe,
me
yeah, there's
know.
gotta be a crossover.
Let's do that. I have found a Lord of the Rings one, as you know. I haven't even read it yet. Just just gonna get into that one soon. But if there's a Doctor Who One Piece fanfic, I'm interested in that. Go ahead and send that my way. All right, let's wrap this shit up. Thanks so much for listening. Be sure to follow us on all the socials. Don't forget to be besties and get all kinds of awesome content made by yours truly by following us on TikTok and Instagram, One Piece of Trash Pod for both platforms. And I really mean it. I want us all to be friends. I follow back everyone unless your page is private. For news and updates about the show, follow us on Blue Sky and Tumblr at One Piece of Trash Pod. Blue Sky, One Piece of Trash Pod.bsky.social, and Tumblr, One Piece of Trash Podcast. If you're a fanfic author and you want me to turn your fanfiction to a fan reality, email me, onepieceoftrashpod@gmail.com. I'll take you to the podcast and I'll freak it. And I'll freak it. And now it's time for the analytic data shout out of the day. I've been looking at our data, looking at all the people who've been listening to the show. And I want to give a special shout out to the 5% of listeners in Ohio.
All right, Ohio.
5%. What up, Cleveland? Cleveland rocks. Cleveland rocks. Living in sin where the safety pin going. You guys remember the Drew Carrier show?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shout out to Ohio. What up, Ohio? Anybody got anything else to plug?
No.
All right, let's go take a cold shower.